Hey guys, it's me Ram here, and in today's video I'm going to be trying out SpeedCubeShop's Stardust Lube on a bunch of cubes, including a 3x3, a square one, a Megaminx, and a 6x6. Now for some reason, a lot of you guys want to see videos on Stardust, so here is my video on it. So first off, I have this Supernova MGC 6x6 here, and it feels really nice. However, I haven't used it in weeks, therefore it started to feel a little bit catchy and a little bit slow. Alright, so on the instructions it says you just have to put in 6 drops, so let's just go ahead and do that real fast. Alright, let's do some turns. Alright, so right off the bat it's feeling a lot faster as expected. And for some reason it also has a very dryish feeling. I know it sounds strange because I just put Lube in it, but it honestly does have a dry feeling. It's basically like the closest you can get to like an out of the box big cube feeling, that dry effect it has. And yep, overall I really like this. So I'll do at least 3 sols on this big cube and I'll get back to you guys tomorrow with my thoughts. Alright, so next I have this Dayan Megaminx V2 M here, and honestly it is a naturally fast Megaminx, however it is a little bit slower than it was out of the box. I haven't practiced too much Megaminx, therefore it does tend to get a little bit slow, and for Megaminx honestly I don't really like a dry feeling, and someone else wanted to see how Stardust and Lunar together would perform, therefore I'm going to be lubing this Megaminx with both Stardust and Lunar. Alright, I've put in 6 drops of Stardust. And now I'm also going to be adding 6 drops of Lunar, so let's just go ahead and do that. Alright, let's do some turns. Oh no, I think I put way too much in because it has this weird bumpy feeling now. And for some reason, some of the layers feel slower than others. So yeah, so far I'm not the biggest fan of this. However, I will continue to break this in and do around 12 sols, and I will update you guys once I'm done. Alright, so next I have this Cosmic Volt V2 M here, and I've had this for almost a year and the lube has worn off a bit obviously. To be honest, the U and D layers are quite nice, the speed is pretty respectable. However, the slice just feels so slow, therefore I'm going to be dropping Stardust into this. I don't think this is the right way to lube a slice, however I'm too lazy and don't feel like disassembling this, so alright I guess. Alright, let's do some turns, and wow, this just feels way faster now actually. Look at this. It's actually pretty fast. I mean, it's obviously not as fast as some other Volt V2s I've tried. However, to make it that fast, I'd probably have to disassemble it, which I'm not going to do. Yeah, overall the slice feels so much better now. It's the ideal speed for me. And even the U and the D layers feel a little bit faster than they were, not too much. However, the slice has improved so much. Alright, so I'll go and do around 25 sols on this puzzle and I'll get back to you guys with my final thoughts. Now the last puzzle I have here is my original WR M, and honestly I use this puzzle every day, therefore it's not all that slow. However, it hasn't been super fast lately, and as you guys know I really like fast cubes, therefore I'm going to be putting in some Lunar and Stardust into this puzzle. Alright, so let's start out with the Stardust. Alright, so this is my 6th drop. Now let's go ahead and apply some Lunar. And let's just do 6 drops of this as well. Alright, and let's get on to some turns. Wow, once again, this is so much faster than it used to be. Look at that, TPS. Wow, this part is not sped up or anything. Just look at this. Okay, no, I am getting a few catches here and there, but wow, this is much faster and I really like this. Honestly, I'm most impressed with how this 3x3 turned out. However, I cannot make any judgments until it's completely broken in. Therefore, I'm gonna do around 25 to 50 sols and get back to you guys once I've gotten an update. If you want to buy any of these lubes or cubes, be sure to get it at SpeedCubeShop and use the discount code RAM for 5% off your order, as well as a shout out at the end of my latest video. Alright, so it's been a day and I've used all these puzzles for a decent amount of time and I'm ready to give my thoughts. But before I do that, I just wanted to say that Stardust smells so good. When I met my friend Shubham the other day and made him smell this, he could not stop smelling it. He liked it that much, and yep, overall it just smells so nice. I just thought I'd point that out. Now let's talk about how it performed on the cubes, and I'm gonna be going from my least favorite to my most favorite cube. Alright, so now let's start out with the least impressive, and honestly I'm gonna have to give that to the Weilong WR M. I was pretty disappointed with the way it turned out. The slice is a little bit faster than it used to be, however it is much slower than when we first lubed it. For reference, I did around 25 soles on this puzzle and I actually got quite a good average, I think around a low 30, I'll put it on screen right now. However, after I finished those soles, the Stardust pretty much dried out and now the slice is back to slow and sluggish. So yeah, all in all, I think I'm gonna have to rate this a 3 out of 10. Alright, so next we've got the original WRM, and honestly the setup of Stardust and Lunar worked really well on this puzzle. The speed of this cube is almost as fast as when I first looped it, and for reference I did around 25 soles on this as well and I got a low 11 average, which is pretty good for me, and yep, overall I'm really happy with this. It has slowed down a little bit since I first looped it, but honestly it's not that big of a difference, so I'm gonna have to rank this an 8 out of 10. And so for the second most impressive, we have the Supernova MGC 6x6. This puzzle actually turned out pretty interestingly and I really wanted to talk to you guys about it. So the outer layers are nearly as fast as when I looped it yesterday, however the dry feeling has completely gone away for some reason. But the story is quite different for the inner layers here. The second layers are just as fast as when I looped them yesterday and they also have that nice dry feeling I spoke about. But as for the third layer here, the story is also quite different. It went back to being quite slow, however it still has that nice dry feeling. I honestly have no idea as to why the speed varied so much in all the layers. Maybe I just put too much in some and very little in others. But for reference, I did 3 soles and got my first ever sub 5 minute mean of 3, which is obviously my PB mean of 3. And overall I really liked how Stardust performed in this. So all in all, I believe that Stardust in big cubes is pretty interesting, but honestly I like it quite a lot, so I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now let's talk about the puzzle I was most impressed about, the Megaminx, and this might come as quite a surprise to a lot of you guys. At first I didn't like it much because of a weird bumpy feeling it gave me.
Flashback.
Oh no, I think I put way too much in because it has this weird bumpy feeling now. But I presumed it just needed some break-in and boy was I right. I did around 12 soles on this puzzle and got my very first sub 140 average of 12. The puzzle has a nice, fast and very smooth feeling to it. It just seems to flow so well and is by far the best Megaminx I have ever tried. So overall, the combination of Stardust and Lunar worked really well in this puzzle and I'm gonna have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. So all in all, do I recommend Stardust? Absolutely. It is my new favorite lube and I highly recommend it. It made a bunch of my puzzles much better and like SpeedCubeShop says, it also lasts quite long. But if you're going out of your way just to get Stardust, I'd recommend getting the Light Speed Lube bundle, which also contains Lunar. The bundle will turn out cheaper as opposed to just buying them separately, and you can save even more money if you use the discount code RAM at checkout. So that about wraps up my video testing out Stardust. I really hope this helps you guys and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for watching and goodbye.